Hey, sorry about that, everybody. It cut me off, so we're going to continue reading where we left off at the word windows. We saw a church with two cupolas. We saw old adobe walls and strings of red peppers drying. Our caravan wiggled through donkeys, goats, and chickens. We came to a plaza where a tall man with a gun told us where to go. Dogs barked at us. Big-eyed children stared at us. Shawled women smiled shyly. As darkness deepened, there was a great hunting for clean shirts and handkerchiefs. Pierre even drew the comb through his choppy mustache. From the dance hall came the tinkle of guitar and mandolin. A baile was performing. We slept in the wagon, or tried to, but the noise and confusion kept us awake. Pierre had gone to the dance, and it was hard to sleep without the sound of his snores near us. There they are, entering the town. In a few days, we continued our long trek to California. One evening, as the wagon train drew near to Albuquerque, New Mexico, Mother discovered that a small workbasket in which she kept her money and jewels was gone. Some of the jewelry was found, but no part of the money was ever discovered. I was too young to realize that the loss of the money meant to my mother, but I do remember the shadow that settled on her bright face as we journeyed on. Now she did not have enough money to pay for the rest of our passage. When we reached Albuquerque, we had to leave the train that was to have carried us to the gold fields of California. Will and I went house hunting with her. I remember the tears that rolled down her face as she sold a great yellow brooch and a pair of earrings. She rented an old adobe house on the outskirts of Albuquerque and began taking in boarders. I remember the morning Pierre carried our luggage into the mud house. He tried to say something, but his mustache only wiggled. Mother tried to speak, too, but as usual, when she was stirred deeply, she was silent, pressing her hand to her throat as if choking. Will and I stood in the bare, windswept yard, watching the long wagon train pull westward. When we turned back, our surroundings seemed desolate. And there's them watching as the wagon train leaves. So here's the last part of the story that you can read this on your own and get a little bit more information about how her story ended. And this is actually a picture of her. So, thank you all for reading that with me, and enjoy the rest of your lessons.